Rezball, Rezball, short for reservation ball, is the avidly followed Native American version of basketball, particularly a style of play specific to Native American teams of some areas. Style of play: Rezball is transition-based basketball that forces tempo with aggressive play, quick scoring or at least shooting, and assertive defense that looks to force turnovers through pressing or half-court traps. There are slight variations from program to program. Keys to a good Rezball offensive play are sound fundamentals and being in very good condition. Many Native Americans adapted to basketball to bring them together with each other, and is their way to overcome strife on the reservation. Following: the Apache, Pueblo, and Navajo tribes in northeastern Arizona and northwestern New Mexico are home to several high schools. In these areas, basketball is very important. In Arizona, 3 of the top 6 largest crowds at a boys' basketball game are Rezball games regardless of school size, with one of the 2 games tied for the highest ever attendance being a game between Apache and Navajo schools. Arizona's Native American largest high school arenas are the Nash Center K&T, AZ seats 3,800, the Warrior Pavilion Tuba City, AZ seats 4,518, the Ganado Pavilion Burnside, AZ seats 5,500, the Wildcat Den Channel, AZ seats 7,510. These massive arenas draw large crowds from all around the Navajo reservation. The border town teams for Arizona that are within the AIA-3 division are Winslow, Holbrook, and Page, which consists mainly of Native Americans. Some other examples of the intense following of basketball in this region were noted in February 2013 by a writer for MaxPreps.com, the high school arm of CBS Sports. Sports.com. First, early in the month, the Wildcat Den hosted an Arizona Interscholastic Association AIA sectional tournament featuring 4 boys and 4 girls reservation teams. Even though neither Channel High team participated in the sectional, more than 12,000 attended over the 2-day event, with hundreds of fans arriving hours before the doors opened to get the best seats. The scheduling of the AIA State Tournament later that month at the venue then known as Jobing.com Arena in Glendale, home to the NHL Arizona Coyotes, also reflected Rezball influence. In most states that host multiple state championship games at one site, the last game scheduled is the boys' championship game in the largest enrollment class. Here, however, the marquee slot was reserved for the girls' title game in Class 3 of the state's largest schools are in Class 5, a classification that has traditionally been dominated by reservation schools. New Mexico has produced many high schools that are nationally ranked by the National Federation of State High School Associations (NFHS) according to the New Mexico Activities Association and MA for producing over 1 ho from numerous high schools. New Mexico functions each year on building tradition in basketball for both boys and girls. The big gyms in New Mexico from the Native American high schools are the Bronco Arena at Kirtland Central High School, Kirtland, NM seats over 4,000, the Chieftain Pit at Shiprock High School, Shiprock, NM seats 3,100, and the Pueblo Pavilion Santa Fe Indian School, Santa Fe, NM seats 4,500. Both Shiprock and Kirtland Central have a unique glass going around the court. The border town teams for New Mexico are Kirtland Central, Gallup, and Santa Fe Indian, which consists mainly of Native Americans. New Mexico is well known around the country for its powerhouses in girls' basketball such as from Kirtland Central, Shiprock, Gallup, Santa Fe Indian, Navajo Prep, and Navajo Pine. Kirtland Central's girls' basketball program leads with the most state championships than any other Native American high school. Shiprock has also impacted girls' basketball and being major rivals with Kirtland Central. Gallup girls' basketball program has been one of the most powerhouses in New Mexico, playing at a fierce level among larger/competitive high schools in New Mexico. Santa Fe Indian girls program has produced some great talents in the recent years along with Navajo Prep and Navajo Pine both have risen to many achievements. The New Mexico High School State Finals takes place at the pit on the University of New Mexico campus and has had major sellouts starting from the late 80s from games between Shiprock and Kirtland Central girls. Many Native American fans from Gallup, Shiprock, Kirtland Central, Laguna, Acoma, and Santa Fe Indian continue to fill the pit every year. While the Native American basketball phenomenon is most pronounced in the Four Corners region, it is not limited to that area. For example, when the girls' team from the Reservation High School of the Mississippi Band of Choctaw Indians reached the final of the Class III state tournament in 2017, which they won, about 5,000 fans traveled from the reservation to Jackson for the game. Native American Basketball Invitational Navi High Schools, Arizona, Saipu High School, Saipu, Arizona. Shanto Preparatory Technology High School, Shanto, Arizona. St. Michael High School, St. Michael's, Arizona. Salt River High School, Scottsdale, Arizona. Rough Rock High School, Rough Rock, Arizona. Babaquivari High School, Sells, Arizona. Red Mesa High School, Tiknas Pass, New Mexico, Laguna Acoma High School, Laguna, New Mexico. Santa Fe Indian High School, Santa Fe, New Mexico. Magdalena High School, Magdalena, New Mexico. Tsiyigai High School, Smith Lake, New Mexico. Gemmes Valley High School, Gemmes Pueblo, New Mexico. Pine Hill High School, Pine Hill, New Mexico. Navajo Pine High School, Farmington, New Mexico. Dulce High School, Dulce, New Mexico. Rama High School, Rama, New Mexico. Newcomb High School, Newcomb, New Mexico. Crown Point High School, Crown Point, New Mexico. Zuni High School, Zuni, New Mexico. Wingate High School, Fort Wingate, New Mexico. Rehoboth High School, Rehoboth, New Mexico. Elsewhere, Sherman Indian High School, Riverside, California. Wyoming Indian High School, Efete, Wyoming. Whitehorse High School, Montezuma Creek, Uto Ignacio High School, Ignacio, Colorado. Monument Valley High School, Monument Valley, Uto. Navajo Mountain High School, Navajo Mountain, Uto. Uinta River High School, Duchesne,